I swear. Sorry, guys. This is like the third time I got disconnected. But I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm sorry about my internet connection's really bad lately, so I keep getting cut off. But again, when I get this video together, I'm going to start editing a bit, so the live shows might look a bit odd. But I'm going to try to edit out all the times where the internet connection went in and out, in and out. But I will get this video out there. It's just the questions are gonna kind of go up and down a bit. So I apologize for how the internet connection's acting up today, and I hope that when I do another live show, which I hope it'll be sometime soon, I'm gonna try to fix all of this so the internet connection can stay connected, so it wouldn't have to cut off. But if you have any questions about Sonic the Hedgehog, please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. I like to answer more questions about Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, in regards to the last question about what are my top three favorite Sonic the Hedgehog games, it's definitely Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I mentioned with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I love the fact that I'm able to play with all three characters like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles and see their different abilities. And the fact that it was the first Sonic game that had a full out story, I like that. And then with Sonic Adventure 2, I like the darker and edgier tone of the game, and I like the fact that they introduced Shadow the Hedgehog, so that was pretty cool. And then I like Sonic 2, the Hedgehog 2 because it was my first Sonic the Hedgehog game that I actually played, so I really enjoyed that game. So Lulu Moppa says, I'm sorry you gotta deal with this stuff, hopefully it'll improve soon. I hope so too. Like, I've been having really bad internet connections, and I'm hoping I can fix this down the line, but because I really wanted to do this live show, but it's like the internet's telling me no, you can't do it, and I'm like, oh come on, I gotta do it. I want to do it. Lulu Moppa said, I have the exact same top three but in a different order. Oh, what's your top three Sonic the Hedgehog games, or how would you order them? Like for me, I would probably order it like Sonic 3 Knuckles is my favorite, then Sonic Adventure 2, and then Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That's how I will order my top three Sonic the Hedgehog games. Because I mentioned that Sonic 3 Knuckles is my all-time favorite Sonic game. And I love Sonic Adventure 2. And I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is really good. Lulu Mappa asks, top three or more favorite characters. Excuse me. So, my top three favorite Sonic the Hedgehog characters is Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. So, I love Tails because, as I mentioned many times before, Tails is like one of my all-time was like the first character I played as when I was a kid. Like, my sister used to play as Sonic and I used to play as Tails. And I always loved the fact that I'm able to fly across stages with Tails. So I definitely love Tails. And I love the fact that he's a cute little kid and he's a smart kid. So that's my favorite aspect of Tails' character. I also love Knuckles the Echidna because he's the character you could just glide across the stages through. And I really love that aspect of his character. And I also love the fact that you're able to like tear down walls whenever he's walking through the stages. So I love that aspect of Knuckles. And I also like the fact that his backstory is tied with the Chaos Emeralds. So I like I really like Knuckles' backstory about being the last of his kind. So that was really interesting. And I really like Shadow's character because I love the fact that he's like this dark and edgy character who has a very tragic backstory, and it determines what he does in the present. Like, he thinks that Maria wants him to destroy the world, but that's not the case. So I really like Shadow's character because he's like one of the most complex characters in the franchise. So those are my top three favorite Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Lulu Moppet says Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 2, and then Sonic Adventure 2, but I haven't played every game yet, so this might change. Oh yeah, that's pretty much the same order I have, except I switch Sonic Adventure 2 with Sonic 2. And then Lulu Moppet says, mine are Tails, Shadow, Rouge, and Sonic. I love Tails for the exact same reasons as you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I also love Sonic too, but if you were to say like top three, I definitely put Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow above Sonic. But I love Sonic too though. He's like a great character. Lulu Mappa says, I'm loving hearing your answers so far. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like my answers. Like, I tried to give the best answers for these, so I'm glad you're loving my answers so far. But yeah, if you have any more questions dealing with Sonic the Hedgehog, like maybe questions about the movies or the comic books or the TV shows or the games, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. But speaking of the movie, I'm really excited for the sequel. I'm just wishing that they actually released a trailer for it by now. Like, I thought that Paramount would have released like some kind of trailer for the sequel by now, but we're waiting to see. Like, I'm patient, as long as they release some kind of trailer for the movie sequel, I'm patient. Lulu Moppet says, what Sonic game that gets hated on often would you defend the most? It's Black Knight for me, which since Sonic Adventure 2 is mostly liked, so I don't have to defend it as much. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a Sonic game that's hated a lot. Like I'm trying to go through like Sonic 06 and Sonic Forces. I guess Sonic Forces a little. Well, I guess Sonic 06 maybe for the story. Like I think Sonic 06 had a pretty okay story. But the problem with that is the gameplay, obviously. So, the gameplay for Sonic 06 wasn't that good, and I think if the gameplay was a little better, I think the game would have been much better overall. But I thought that the story for Sonic 06 was okay. Like, a lot of people said they liked Shadow's story in there, and I thought Shadow's story was pretty good too. And I liked the introduction of Silver and Blaze, so I think with Sonic 06, if they just tweak the storyline a little bit or actually improve the gameplay, I think it'd be a much better game. But, do I think Sonic 06 deserve all the hate it got? Not really. Like, again, I can understand about the gameplay being bad, but the story itself wasn't that bad. And I think that I wouldn't mind if they try to remake this game. If they rebooted this game or remade it, I think it would be a lot better in my personal opinion. So, definitely Sonic 06. Only because I felt like there's a lot of potential to it, but there's some good things about the game, but I just felt like if the gameplay wasn't so bad, I think the game would have gone by a little better. Lulu Moppet says a trailer at the Game Awards would be great. Yeah, that'd be great. I never watched the Game Awards before, but if they could show a Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer during the game trailers, that'd be fantastic. I would love to see it. Lulu Moppet says, end of Shadow's story in 06 had me feeling some type of way, and I wanted to experience that again. Yeah, I feel like with games like Sonic 06, they have some good plot lines, but because they're overshadowed by the bad gameplay, a lot of people don't see some of the good parts of that game. Like I said, the story's okay for the most part. It's just the gameplay that was really bad, and I think if they just improve the gameplay, then maybe Sonic 06 would have a better luck with the audience. But I wouldn't mind Sonic 06 getting a reboot or something like that. Like, they just redefine the story and they just clean up the gameplay. And I think you'll have a good game with Sonic 06 and you could prove to the audience, hey, we made a big mistake with Sonic 06, but we could fix it. So I would love for Sega to go back to Sonic 06 and just kind of fix the bad things about the game, like the gameplay and some of the story choices. And, you'll have an actual good Sonic the Hedgehog game that's like Sonic 06, but with a better plot line. Excuse me. So Lulu Moppet says, what spin-off game would you like to see the most in the future? And what game would you want a sequel for? Can't choose Avengers, Storybook, or Writers. I would like to see a sequel for Sonic Unleashed. Like, I feel like there's a lot more they could tell with Sonic Unleashed. Like, maybe see more gameplay with Pip himself. Like, I feel like Pip is a character who's pretty interesting. And I would like to see more of Pip's character, so maybe they could do Sonic Unleashed 2. And if they have to, they could take out the Werehog sections. If a lot of people don't like the Werehog sections, they can take that out. So I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to Sonic Unleashed. And spin-off game, I would like for Tails to have a spin-off game again. He did have a couple spin-off games in the 90s, but lately he hadn't had any. I mean, if Sega wants to focus the mainstream Sonic the Hedgehog games on just Sonic himself, then you might as well do some spin-off games about his friends, like do a spin-off game about Knuckles, or do a spin-off game about Tails, or do a spin-off game about Amy Rose. There's so many characters they can there's so many characters they could do a spin-off game to, and I feel like Sega should take advantage of that. Okay. Lulu Moppet says, Speaking of '06, do you consider it to be Sonic Adventure 3 in spirit? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I think it's like Sonic Adventure 3 because it's sort of like the Sonic Adventure games. Like, it has the same dark and adventurous tone that the Sonic Adventure games had, and I would consider it Sonic Adventure 3 because of that. And like, they tried to tell a more epic story just like the Sonic Adventure games did. So yeah, in a way I do consider Sonic '06 to be Sonic Adventure 3, but if they did make another game that was actually Sonic Adventure 3, I wouldn't mind. But at the moment I do consider Sonic '06 to kind of be like Sonic Adventure 3 in terms of spirit. Lulu Moppet says, hardest Sonic game in your opinion? Sonic Spinball. Oh god. That game was so hard to get through. Like, I had a hard time trying to control excuse me. Like, I had a hard time trying to control Sonic as a pinball, and it was just so hard to get across the levels when you're trying to play as a pinball machine through a Sega Genesis, and I just had a hard time with it. And then the levels were just so tricky overall, so definitely Sonic Spinball for me for hardest Sonic the Hedgehog game. Okay. So Lulu Moppin asked, have you played any fan games? I've only played Sonic Smackdown, which is a fighting game. I would recommend trying out. I'm planning on playing more eventually. No, I never played any of the Sonic fan games. I would love to. I just don't know how you can play them. Like, are they available? Like, do you have to download them or something like that? Or do you have to go to the websites to download them? Like, I'm never really sure about where you go to download these Sonic fan games, but there's a lot of them I really want to play. Like, I really want to play Sonic Robo Blast. That looks like a really interesting game to play. And then, like you mentioned, Sonic Smackdown sounds really interesting if it's a fighting game, because I love fighting games. And just having a game about Sonic the Hedgehog and you're fighting as him, that sounds really interesting. So, I definitely would like to play some fan games. I just gotta figure out a way how you can download them. Lulu Moppet says, Sonic Spinball was on something. I didn't like playing it as a kid, and the music was ear-piercing. Oh, yeah. I remember a lot of people complained about the music for Sonic Spinball, about how loud it was, and I was okay with the music. Like, I don't think it's, like, one of the best music you get to hear from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, but I thought it was okay. But I can see why a lot of people didn't like the music for Sonic Spinball, because it's so loud and stuff like that, so... But, yeah... I remember I used to be scared of Sonic Spinball when I was a kid because of that Robotnik spider that you get to play at against in the first level. And me and my sister couldn't get through that boss because we were like, oh god, that spider boss is so creepy. Lulu Moppet says, yeah, I was wary of downloading some, and I definitely recommend being careful when doing so. Oh, okay. Is it because, like, some of them have viruses or something like that? Like the fan games? So, yeah. I wasn't sure if I should download some of them or not, because I wasn't sure if they have viruses and stuff like that. I really don't want my computer to be affected with viruses, so, yeah. Hopefully, you know, if I do download a Sonic fan game, that doesn't happen. But I would really love to play one of those Sonic fan games sometime, so we'll see. Lulu Moppet says, what team is your favorite in Heroes, in terms of the characters, not gameplay? Who is your favorite member of each team in Heroes? Also, which team has your favorite theme song? Ooh, boy. Okay, so Sonic Heroes. I would have to say my favorite team is probably the Team Chaotix. I really like their relationship with each other, and I just love how they get these obscure characters from the 90s and able to, like, reinvent these characters. Like I say, if it wasn't for Sonic Heroes, we probably would have never got Team Chaotix in the first place. And I love the fact that Sonic Heroes was able to introduce Team Chaotix. And I have to say that some of my favorite characters from each team, I definitely like Tails from Team Sonic. I liked Cream and Cheese from Team Rose. I like Charmy from Team Chaotix. And I like Shadow from Team Dark. So those are some of my favorite characters from each team. And then for favorite theme song, I would have to say maybe Sonic's theme, or Team Sonic's theme, was my favorite out of all the characters in Sonic Heroes, out out of all the teams in Sonic Heroes. Team Sonic's theme was definitely my favorite. But yeah, I miss something like Sonic Heroes because they have the team elements with it, and I miss playing as multiple characters with the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So I hope they bring back something like Sonic Heroes again to the mainstream Sonic the Hedgehog games. Lulu Moppet says Team Dark is my fave, but Team Rose has the best theme song in my opinion. Oh, that's cool. And Lulu Moppet said, you got some good answers there. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying my answers with these comments, so keep them coming. If you got any more questions dealing with Sonic the Hedgehog, please let me know in the comments down below. Lulu Moppet says, Team Sonic's theme was my least favorite. Ha, to each their own, though. Oh, that's okay. Like, everybody has their own opinion, so that's cool. But yeah, I really enjoy playing Sonic Heroes. I know some people are kind of like, with it, but I kind of like it because there's just a lot of variety with that game, and I just like playing with all these characters, so I definitely enjoy playing Sonic Heroes. Lulu Moppet says, what game would you choose if you have to remake one game, demake one game, and unmake one game? So, if I were to unmake one game, it'd probably be Sonic 4. I never played Sonic 4 before, but I feel like ever since we got Sonic Mania, I consider that to be Sonic 4. So I feel like Sonic 4 is not really needed at this point because of Sonic Mania. In terms of getting a sequel for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I definitely think that Sonic Mania would be a better sequel for Sonic 3 and Knuckles in my opinion. And what game I would remake? Definitely Sonic 06. Like I mentioned before, Sonic 06 had a lot of good ideas, I think, and the story was pretty okay. It's just the gameplay was bad. I think if they remake the gameplay or smooth out the gameplay, I think the game would be so much better, and maybe take out a few parts from the story to make it a little better. I think that Sonic 06 would be a much better game if they were to do all that. So I would definitely remake Sonic 06. And I'm not sure what you meant by demake, like DEMAKE. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, I definitely remake Sonic 06, and I definitely unmake Sonic 4. Lulu Moppet says, I would remake Sonic 02, demake Sonic 02 in the 16-bit Genesis style, and unmake Free Riders. Oh, okay. I haven't played Free Riders yet. I played the first two Sonic Riders games, but not the third one. Lulu Moppet says, if I had to remake a different game, then I would choose 06 too. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, I felt like 06 has a lot of good things going for it, but it's just it was executed poorly. So if they had better execution with it, if they remade it, I think that game would be good. I'm really loving these questions, by the way, so if you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments down below. Lulu Moppet says, I like classic gameplay, but Sonic Adventure 2 has my fave story, so a remake like what I propose would be my favorite Sonic game for sure. That's cool. Like, I like the classic gameplay too, but I felt like Sonic Adventure 2 had like the best story out of all the Sonic the Hedgehog games. I just love the fact that they focused on how Shadow took Maria's pleas about defending humanity and how that affected him. And I felt like it's like the deepest Sonic the Hedgehog story I've seen in a while with all these games. So I definitely love Sonic Adventure 2's story. Lulu Moppet says, what setting would you like a future storybook game to take place in? I haven't really played any of the storybook games like Black Knight and The Lost Wings, so I don't know much about those, but maybe a fairy tale setting if they were to do another storybook series for Sonic the Hedgehog. I definitely would like them to place it in the storybook setting, like have Sonic be the prince and have Amy Rose be a princess. That would be pretty cool, and I like to see what they could do with those characters in a fairy tale setting. Lulu Moppet says, I like the idea of a feudal Japan setting or American Wild West setting. Oh, I'd definitely be on board with a feudal Japan setting for Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it'd be interesting to see how Sonic the Hedgehog fares in feudal Japan, so that'd be pretty cool to see if they were to do that. Lulu Moppet says, I'm glad you like my questions. I try to come up with some interesting ones. Yeah, your questions are really good. I'm really liking them. Please feel free to keep up with the questions if you got any more questions dealing with Sonic the Hedgehog. Lulu Moppet says, thoughts on Sonic CD. I played parts of Sonic CD when I was little, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Like, it's one of those games that you can only play on your PC, and I wasn't able to complete the game, but for what I played so far, it was really interesting. And I would like to finish that game sometime down the line, if whenever I can. But I really enjoyed Sonic's the parts I did play with Sonic CD. I really enjoyed it, so I like to play that game again whenever I can. Lulu Moppet says, I don't like the level design or peel out method, but everything else is fine. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure about that level design with Sonic CD, so it was like one of those games I didn't play a lot when I was little because it was only available on the PC. So yeah, I gotta play Sonic CD again to see if my thoughts about the game have changed. Lulu Moppet says, have you played Knuckles Chaotix? If so, what are your thoughts? No, I never played Knuckles Chaotix before. I've heard about it, but I never got a chance to play the game. I heard that some people said that there was a lot of problems with the game, but I would like to play it anyway because it has Knuckles and the Chaotix in it. But yeah, I never played Knuckles Chaotix before, so I don't know what that game is like. Lulu Moppet asks, thoughts on multiplayer modes in Sonic games? Do you think more games should have co-op if possible, like in Shadow the Hedgehog? I definitely would like to have more multiplayer games in Sonic the Hedgehog franchise again. Like I mentioned before, I love playing as Tails and Knuckles in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I would like to play as more characters. Like, I think one of the Sonic the Hedgehog games that did the best job with the multiplayer thing was definitely the Sonic Adventure games. And I love the fact that you're able to play as several different characters, like with Sonic Adventure. Of course, I love playing as Tails, and I love playing as Knuckles. And then Sonic Adventure 2, I love playing as Tails and Eggman, so I like the fact that they have like different abilities with each of these characters. And I want to see the Sonic games go back to like having all these multi characters play in the game again. Like, it's okay playing as Sonic in the games, but I would like to play as the other characters as well, so I hope that Sega goes back to the multiplayer format in future Sonic the Hedgehog games. Lulu Moppet says, what are your top 3 favorite Sonic games for the story? For me, currently, it's Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic 3 Knuckles, and Black Knight. For me, it would definitely be Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic 3 Knuckles. Like, I think those 3 games had, like, the best stories for the franchise. Like I mentioned with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it was like the first Sonic the Hedgehog game that had a story. And I like the fact that they were able to connect the Chaos Emeralds with Knuckles' story. And then Sonic Adventure was like the first Sonic the Hedgehog game that got a deeper story, especially with Chaos and the Echidna tribe. So I really like that storyline from Sonic Adventure. And I like the way that they developed Tails' character in that game. Like, I just felt like they just did a fantastic job at developing Tails from being reliant on Sonic to being on his own. So I like that aspect of that story. And of course, I love Sonic Adventure 2 because of Shadow's story and the fact that it's about Shadow trying to understand what Maria was trying to tell him about saving humanity. So I definitely like those 3 games. Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I think they had the best story. Lulu Moppet asks, what are your favorite voice actors for Sonic and Shadow? Mine are Jason Griffin and David Humphrey, respectively. I forgot who voiced Shadow, but my favorite voice actor for Sonic is definitely Ryan Drummond. Like, he's like the first person I know who voiced Sonic from Sonic Adventure, and ever since I heard Ryan Drummond's voice for Sonic and Sonic Adventure, I was like, okay, this is the Sonic I know and love. This is the Sonic I think fits well with the character. Like, Ryan Drummond is able to bring a lot of energy to Sonic's voice. And I've always associated Ryan Drummond's voice with Sonic. Whenever I hear anything dealing with Sonic, it's always been Ryan Drummond. But I also like Jason Griffin's take on Sonic as well. But definitely Ryan Drummond for me. And again, I'm not sure about Shadow. I'm not sure who played Shadow in the Sonic Adventure 2 game. But whoever plays Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2, that's my favorite voice for Shadow. Excuse me. Lulu Moppet says, have you seen Sonic and Tails R? It's a fan-written autoplay with the official voice actor surprising the Rose. It's pretty decent. No, I've heard about it, but I never got a chance to sit down and watch it. And I heard it was pretty good, but I would like to sit down and watch it sometime and see if it's like a continuation of the adventure games or something like that. But it sounds like an interesting series, and it's a series that a lot of fans like to talk about, so I definitely should check out the Sonic and Tails R series. Lulu Moppet said, yeah, it's Justin mostly for nostalgia to me, but I appreciate what Ryan brings to the table too. And Lulu Moppet said, David played him in Sonic Adventure 2. Okay, so for Shadow, it is David Humphrey. Okay, so yeah, he's my favorite voice for Shadow. That's like the voice of Shadow I think of when I think of Shadow the Hedgehog. And I think David Humphrey did a pretty good job at showing letting us hear what Shadow sounds like in the game. Lulu Moppet asked, which do you like more, Wisp, Chow, or Flickies? Chow. I always love playing the Chow Gardens in Sonic Adventure 2. That's like my favorite part of the game. Just playing with those cute little creatures and feeding the creatures stuff and letting them swim and teaching them stuff. I always love playing as a Chow, and I really miss the Chow. I wish that the future games actually pay more attention to the Chows because they were my favorite creatures. And the Flickies were okay, but the games didn't really use them that much. They were used a lot in Sonic 3D Blast, but that was just like one game. But the Chow, they showed up in a lot of games, and I wish that we get to see the Chow again, but I really love the Chow. Oh, Lou Muppet said, I meant Jason, not Justin. Oh, I was about to say. Like, who's Justin? I know Jason, but not Justin. But yeah, I definitely like the Chow the best. The Wisp, since I never played Sonic Colors, I don't know much about them, but I know some people have a love and hate relationship with the Wisp, so yeah, with me and the Wisp, I'm kind of like, whatever. And Lulu Moppet says, top 3 favorite levels. For me, it's Studio Polis, Chemical Plant Zone, and City Escape. So for me, it's definitely City Escape, Chemical Plant Zone, and let's see. I'm trying to think of another level. Sky Sanctuary for me. I definitely love the Sky Sanctuary zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles because I just love running through the clouds and everything, and I love the music through that level. And it's like, and then you get the last part where you have Sonic and Tails like trying to run up this collapsing building. And I thought that was really fun, so I definitely love Sky Sanctuary. I love Chemical Plant Zone because of the music there, even though I did have a hard time trying to get through Dr. Robotnik at the end of the level. Like how he drops the liquid onto you and you have to try to avoid it. I will admit I had a hard time with that. And then with City Escape, I just had a fun time with that level, just having Sonic like run through having Sonic run through the city and try to escape from the gun truck. And the most fun part about that level was escaping that big gun truck that was after you. So I definitely love City Escape in that respect. Lulu Moppet says, I once had the cutest Chow with rabbit ears and bat wings. I had that too. I had a Chow with bat wings, and I think I had a Chow with tiger legs or something like that. But I also love mixing my Chow up with tigers and other animals and birds and stuff like that. I especially love getting the ones with the birds because they don't show them their feet and stuff like that. It's like they're kind of floating in the air, and I thought that was just so cute for the Chow. Lulu Moppet says, I have too many favorite songs. My top 3 favorite theme songs for the games are Reach for the Stars, His World, and Fist Bump. Oh god, I have a lot of favorite songs for this franchise too, but I have to say my favorite theme songs for this franchise, or my top 3, would definitely be maybe City Escape, Live and Learn, and Open Your Heart. I love the City Escape song because that's like a great opener to the game itself. And the fact it's like so lively and it's so it's like so head boppy and stuff like that. It's so catchy. I just love it. And then I love Live and Learn because that's like an epic sounding song for Sonic and Shadow fighting against the Bio Lizard. So I really love that. And I love Open Your Heart because that has Sonic fighting against Chaos in his super form. And I thought that was a pretty epic song. So those are my 3 favorite songs. All right. So if you guys have any more questions, please let me know in the comments down below. But I'm really loving these questions. It's just great trying to go back and think about all these Sonic the Hedgehog games again. So thank you for the questions, guys. Keep them up. But yeah, a little bit on the movie. I really enjoyed the first movie. I thought I wasn't gonna like it because, from one thing, you got that infamous first design, and I was thinking to myself, oh, there's no way that the movie's gonna be that good with that first design. But then I sat down and watched the movie, and I found out how heartwarming the movie was, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I really like this movie. So I definitely enjoyed the movie. Lulu Moppet says, which classic game has the best Sonic soundtrack? Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That has like the best soundtrack out of all the classic games. My favorite songs from that game was definitely Sky Sanctuary Zone, Flying Battery Zone, and what other songs? There was just so many songs in that game. Death Egg Zone is another one I love. But I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles has some of the best songs from the classic era, and I just love them. Lulu Moppet says Sonic 2 for me. Oh, that's cool. Like, Sonic 2 had a lot of great soundtracks there too. I definitely love Chemical Plant Zone. I love Sky Chase Zone. And I really like what other level? Hilltop Zone. Those are some of my favorite musics from there. Also Emerald Hill Zone is a favorite of mine, so that's pretty cool. Lulu Moppet says the first movie is good for what it is. It was funnier than I expected. Yeah, it was funnier than I expected it too. I didn't expect the movie to be that funny. I guess because of Jim Carrey's acting in that movie, it made the movie a lot funnier. But I think that's what's so charming about the movie is that it's very funny. So it makes me more excited to see what the sequel is going to be about. Is the sequel going to be funny or serious? I am curious about that. Lulu Moppet says, did you know it was going to be PG-13 before it was handed to Paramount? That's what I heard, at least. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that the movie was originally supposed to be PG-13, and there were some plans in there, like they were going to have these lizard creatures going after Sonic instead of the echidnas. And to be honest, I'm actually glad that they changed it from the lizard creatures to the echidnas, because I feel like if they, I feel like the echidnas are much closer to the games, and that could provide some interesting drama between Sonic and Knuckles in the sequel, if we see what's going on in the sequel. But yeah, I'm kind of glad they changed it from the lizard creatures to the echidnas in the movie proper. But yeah, I did hear it was going to be PG-13 originally, so I do wonder what kind of things they were going to introduce in the movie if they were going for that rating. Lulu Moppet says, would you want to see a PG-13 rated Sonic movie or something like that? Maybe. Like, if they get to the part with the Adventure games where they kind of take up the Adventure games more violent aspects, like the more serious aspects, like you have the first Sonic Adventure game where the Echidna clan was wiped off by Chaos. I think that's pretty PG-13 worthy right there. And then you got Sonic Adventure 2 that introduced weapons of mass destruction. That's pretty PG-13 there too. So if they were to adapt stories from the Sonic Adventure series, I think it would probably be PG-13 for that reason. But I wouldn't mind seeing a PG-13 Sonic the Hedgehog movie, like if they're going to the adventure route and picking up stories from there. Lulu Moppet says, not enough people talk about Sky Chase Zone. That music is so dreamy. I agree. I think more people need to talk about Sky Sanctuary Zone. I mean, the Sky Chase Zone. I think that's like the most underrated music in all of in all of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. I definitely love Sky Chase Zone, and I wish more people talk about that song. That song is so catchy and it's so dreamy at the same time. But I definitely love Sky Chase Zone's music. Lulu Moppet says, what's a level theme that you would like to see that hasn't been done before? Or if you could combine two themes, what would they be? Like if you combine a desert with a casino or something. Level theme that hasn't been done before. I would say like technical or I would say like machinery or something like that. But then you got levels like Chemical Plant Zone and stuff like that kind of deals with machinery. But maybe we could have more Halloween themed levels. Like I know we have Pumpkin Hill and Sonic Adventure 2, and we got that Haunted Mansion level in Sonic Heroes. But I would like to see more haunted levels for Sonic the Hedgehog. Like maybe have a level where the gang is like in the underworld, something like that. That'd be pretty cool to see. Or have a level where you see all these monsters popping up and attack the cast. So that'd be pretty cool. I would like to see more haunted levels for Sonic the Hedgehog. Lulu Moppet asks, what was your OC like in Forces if you played it? Did or do you have any Sonic OCs in general? I'm trying to remember how I set my character, the avatar, in there. Like, I can't remember if I made the character like have glasses and be red and stuff like that. I think that's how I set up my avatar, but I think if I were to like play Sonic Forces a little more and play around with the avatar character a little more, I'd probably get a good idea of who my Sonic OC character would be. But if I did a Sonic OC character, I'd probably make that character like a wet rabbit and have that rabbit be white or something like that, and maybe wear pink eyes or something like that. That's probably the OC character I would use for any Sonic game because I love rabbits and I like those colors for the rabbits. So that's how I probably do my OC, like if it was a rabbit character. Lulu Moppet says, what is an animal that you would like to see as a Sonic character? I would like to see peacocks, skunks, butterflies, axolots, secretary birds, and flamingos for a start. Oh, that's cool. I would like to see a peacock character too. Like, I think we saw a hawk character with Sonic Riders with Jet and those. But I definitely would like to see how the Sonic universe does a rabbit character. I know we have Bunny Rabbit and Sonic Saturday M, but I'm talking about like a rabbit character in the mainstream games. So if they were to show a rabbit character in there, that would be pretty cool. I also like to see a squirrel character. Again, we have Sally Acorn, who's a squirrel in Sonic Saturday M, but I would like to see an actual squirrel character in the Sonic games. And I'm glad that we got a lemur character and a wolf character and Tango Whisper from the comics. So those were pretty interesting choices there. And then we also got a Beetle and Jewel in the comics. So I do like the fact that they're trying to expand more the animal characters for the Sonic universe through the comics. But I definitely like to see a rabbit character or a squirrel character. Lulu Moppet says, I want a kaleidoscopic pattern level with Sonic rail grinds on sound waves. Something surreal like that. Oh, that sounds cool. I would like to see Sonic kind of like grinding on sound waves and stuff like that. Just do something weird like that. Like, if there's one thing that was good about Sonic Colors is that they had a lot of weird looking levels that are pretty exciting to play through. So I wish for the future Sonic the Hedgehog games to have more like weird levels, like Sonic running on sound waves and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. Lula Moppin asks, what is one piece of music that you wish was performed during the 30th anniversary symphony? I would have liked for them to play more songs from Sonic CD. Like, I felt like they didn't play enough songs from Sonic CD, and I'm guessing because there's like a American version and a Japanese version of it, so they weren't sure like which songs they wanted to play. But I would have liked to see them like play the Sonic versus Metal Sonic song from there. So yeah, I felt like they could have played some more music from Sonic CD. Lulu Moppet asks, what a coincidence. I'm planning for my Forces OC to be a rabbit too. Oh, that's cool. I like to see it. Lulu Moppet says, I really like birds, so I want more bird characters. Yeah, I want to see more bird characters in the Sonic universe, so I like to see where that's going to go. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Lulu Moppet asks, favorite shoes that Sonic has worn? I don't have much of an opinion except that I don't like the soap shoes from Sonic Adventure 2 that much. I actually like the soap shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. I would say those are my favorite shoes from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. It's those soap shoes. Like, I understand they don't really gel well with Sonic, but I actually like those shoes. I like the fact that Sonic can use them to grind, so that was pretty cool. Lulu Moppet says, favorite super form can be from games, comics, or other media. I think nothing can beat Excalibur Sonic. As far as super form, it's not related to Sonic himself, but Tails himself. I like the super form that Tails has in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where you have all these flickies flying around him. That's like always been my all-time favorite super form in regards to the characters I just love seeing all those flickies fly around Tails, and they're hitting the badniks for Tails while he's zooming through the stages. So I miss Tails having his own super form and just having all those flickies flying around him. Lulu Moppet. Unpopular opinions. Mine are that I'm not a fan of Hypersonic. Unpopular opinions. Let's see. Like, I'm trying to think of one. Um, like this one's tough. I guess regards to Sonic Heroes, I actually like Sonic Heroes. Like, I can see why there are some fans that don't like Sonic Heroes, but I personally enjoyed that game. I really like the teamwork aspect of it, and I thought it was great just having all these characters play together, and you get to choose which characters you like. And even though the story was kind of weak, I do like the gameplay of it. So I definitely like Sonic Heroes, even though some people are kind of like, that game was like okay, but I thought it was great. Lulu Moppet says, do you like Tango Whisper more? So I'm currently reading the Sonic the Hedgehog IDW comics, and so far I'm really enjoying it. But I think it's really hard to say which of the two characters I like more. Like, I like Tangle because she's such a fun-loving character, but I also like Whisper because she has a deep and dark backstory, and I really like their relationship with each other because you can see that Whisper, she had a trauma in the past, and she's kind of quiet around other people, and then you have Tango, who's much more outgoing, and I just love their relationship, so it's kind of hard for me. But if I would have to choose between the two of them, I definitely choose Tangle because she's a more fun character to be with, and I just love the fact that she's like more open towards people, so I definitely choose Tangle over Whisper. Lulu Mappa says, I saw an idea of Tails having 9 tails as a reference to Kitsune mythology. The 7 emeralds will grant him 7 tails to fulfill this form. It would be really cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Tails was supposed to be based off a Kitsune character. They're like demon foxes in Japanese folklore. So, it'd be cool to see Tails have multiple tails. I wonder how that would turn out if that was the case. Lula Mappa says, thoughts on Imposter Syndrome, the recent IDW arc. Honestly, I haven't been reading the most recent IDW comic books. I only read through the beginning, through the Battle for Angel Island arc, and I'm waiting for the second volume to come in so I can read the Metal Virus arc. But I heard a lot of people said that the Metal Virus arc is really good, so I can't wait to dive into that arc soon. But yeah, I haven't read the Imposter Syndrome yet, but I heard that a lot of people really like it, so I hope I can read that arc soon. Lula Mappa says, are you a fan of other Sega-owned characters? I love Knights, and I'm trying to get into Jet Set Radio someday. So back then, I used to play with Fur Fighters and Crazy Taxi. I really loved playing Crazy Taxi. It was just so fun trying to drive through all those road race and Crazy Taxi and just hitting all the cars across. So I really love playing Crazy Taxi, and I wish that Sega is able to put a re-release of that game sometime. And I like playing as Fur Fighters because it's a game that's pretty edgy for the time, and it also features a lot of cute and cuddly creatures there. So I definitely would try to watch Crazy Taxi. I definitely would play a lot of Crazy Taxi and Fur Fighters. Lulu Moppet says, thoughts on human characters in the franchise and whether they should remain in the future. Honestly, I like the human characters in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and I don't know why why Sega took them out. Like, I thought they were a pretty interesting mix to the franchise, and I just love seeing how Sonic and his friends interact with these human characters. Like, it's something that I miss from the franchise, and it's something that I don't understand why Sega took them out. I think they were pretty good. So hopefully the future games will feature the human cast again. Lulu Mappa says, Maria and Jero are the only ones that I care about. I think Sonic Adventure 1 had the ideal portrayal of humans so far. Yeah, I really love the introduction of Maria and Jero Robotnik. I think they brought a lot to Shadow's character. And they also brought a lot to Robotnik's character because till then, we didn't know much about the backstory of Dr. Robotnik. And I think it was great that you have these characters who are able to be connected to Dr. Robotnik and also be connected to Shadow in such a meaningful way. Lula Moppet says, I'm fine if humans aren't around as much anymore, as long as they don't retcon Shadow's backstory. Yeah, that's the thing, is that if the human characters aren't in there, then what about Maria and Gerald Robotnik? Like, how are they going to fit into all this? But then again, they're connected to Dr. Robotnik, so I don't think they're going to take them out without taking away something from Dr. Robotnik himself. So that's how I see it. Lula Mobbit asks, what are some Sonic characters that you like most? Oh, what Sonic character are you like the most? I think I'm mostly like Tails. Like, he's that type of character who's very smart and very friendly. And I always find myself to be a pretty friendly person. Like, sometimes I'm kind of like shy around people, but I relate myself more to Tails because he likes to invent stuff, and I like to design stuff, or I like to design things that can help people, or at least make people happy and stuff like that. Like my digital arts, I like doing that. And I just find myself a lot like Tails for that reason. And because he's like a little brother to Sonic, and I'm like the middle child in my family, so I relate a lot to my big sister in that kind of way. So I find myself a lot like Tails. Lulu Moppet says, I'm a mix of Amy, Silver, and Blaze. Maybe Silver if I have to choose one. Oh, that's cool. Like, in what ways are you like Amy, Blaze, and Silver? Like, how they relate to you as the characters? Okay. So Lulu Moppet asks, what Sonic character is your favorite, least favorite, and hardest, easiest to draw? Um, like I like to draw a lot of characters, but the character I draw the most is Sonic himself. I just like drawing his quills and stuff like that. But he's also the hardest character for me to draw because of those quills and because of his hands. Like I was never good in drawing like realistic hands, and Sonic has some very realistic hands and they're hard to draw. But his quills are not that hard to draw, and I love drawing his eyes. So Sonic is definitely the character I draw the most, even though I also like to draw Tails a lot too. So those are the two characters I tend to draw the most. Okay. So if you guys got any more questions, please let me know in the comments down below. But these are really good questions so far, so keep them coming. But yeah, I want to ask you guys something. Have you guys been reading the IDW comics lately? Like, I've been reading the first half of it, and I've been enjoying it so far. Lulu Mappa says, I'm introverted like Blaze, awkward like Silver, and I like to think that I'm approachable like Amy is. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Lulu Moppet says, I love to draw Rouge. Oh, sorry. But yeah, it's great that yeah, I'm kind of an introverted person myself, to be honest. Like, I'll talk to people, but I like to keep to myself a lot. So I do relate to Blaze on that level too. And I am kind of awkward like Silver too. I do like Silver's personality. He's like that awkward character who's cute, but he's awkward at the same time, so that's pretty cool. Lulu Moppet says, Shadow's quills are hard to draw in my experience. Um, I rarely draw Shadow, but I know that his quills can be hard to draw because it's like flipped up, as opposed to Sonic's quills being down. So I never tried to draw a Shadow before, but I might draw him someday and see if he's as hard of a character to draw. Lulu Mappa says, but Rouge, Amy, Cream, and Sonic are fun to draw. Oh, okay. I never drew as Rouge, Amy, and Cream yet, but I have drawn as Sonic, and I do have a lot of fun drawing his character. But yeah, I definitely gotta redraw Amy. I definitely gotta draw Amy, Rouge, and Cream sometime, and Shadow whenever I get the chance to. Lulu Moppet asks, have you been to the Sonic restaurant? I know it's not related to the character, but I'm just curious. Yeah, I used to go to that restaurant multiple times when I was little. Like, I used to get their chili cheese fries or chili cheese tater tots. And I like to get their milkshakes. And I also like to get their chicken sandwiches. But I haven't been there for a while since, the pandemic started. But anyway, I used to go to Sonic's a lot and just get their chicken strips and stuff like that. But it'd be interesting if the movie were to were to like take inspiration or just promote that. I know a lot of people were complaining about why didn't the movie promote Sonic, the actual restaurant, the restaurant that has chili dogs there. But yeah, it'd be interesting if the movie does actually decide to promote Sonic the restaurant. So that'd be pretty cool. Lulu Mappa said, "Do you read fan fiction?" Oh yes, I read a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog fan fiction. My favorite ones were the ones written by Francis Talbot and Robert Brown. I love their stories the best. And I also like watching a lot of the fan comics online. Like, there's this new fan comics I love reading that's called Just Shat Amy. It's like, if you're a Shadow Amy Rose shipper, that's a pretty good series to watch. Like, I'm not really a Shadow Amy Rose shipper. I'm more of a Sonic and Amy shipper. But, yeah, I really enjoy watching the Just Shat Amy comic fan comics online. Lulu Moppet asks, "What official Sonic artist could be anyone who makes illustrations for game box art, or for any of the comics or even concept art from back in the 90s are your favorite?" I'm trying to remember his name. He drew the comics in the IDW series. I think his name is Adam somebody. I forgot. But there was this one issue in the IDW comic that he drew really good action sequences between Sonic and Metal Sonic, and I just loved it so much. And I wish that he could, like, maybe provide some fan art for the box arts. Maybe he could provide some box arts for the video games themselves. That'd be pretty cool to see. I know it starts with Adam, but I just can't remember his last name. But he was one of the artists in the Sonic IDW series. Lulu Moppet says, "The Sonic restaurant tweeted to the official Sonic account a sign for their restaurant that read Hedgehog Enthusiast Welcome recently." Oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool. It makes me wonder if Sonic is considering sponsoring the Sonic movie sequel in the near future. Maybe. Judging by that tweet. Lulu Moppet says, "I am not a fan of Shad Amy, but that's cool." Yeah, I'm also not much of a fan for that either, but the comic book series that's put on YouTube is pretty good, so I like watching it. But again, I'm more of a Sonic Amy fan, so yeah. Lulu Moppet says, "Yuji Yoka, Yue Korsuno, Tracy Yarley, Evan Stanley, and Naoto Shima are my favorite official artists." Oh yeah, I almost forgot about Tracy Yarley. Like, he's been drawing the Sonic comics for a long time, since the Archie days, so that's pretty cool. So, I have this one question I want to ask you guys. For those of you who read the Sonic the Hedgehog comics, which one's your favorite so far? Sonic IDW or Archie Sonic? Please let me know in the comments down below. I like to know which one is better for you guys. Lulu Moppet says, "Thoughts on shipping?" They're okay. I feel like when it comes to relationships in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, they don't really go anywhere with them. Like, it's like they said, okay, well, Amy Rose likes Sonic, Sonic likes Amy, but they don't go farther than that. And I kind of wish they go a little farther with it. Like, maybe have them go on dates or something like that. That would be pretty cool to see. And I kind of wish that that's what they did. But I can kind of understand why they don't really go that far with the relationships. But I think shipping is okay. It's just one couple, and then it turns out that couple broke up the next series, and I'm like so upset about that. So I try not to grow too attached to any shipping in case that happens. Lulu Moppet says, "I have some ships I like, but that doesn't mean I want them to be canon." That's true. Like, there's some ships I like in the Sonic fandom too, but I'm like, it doesn't have to happen, especially if it's not really relevant to the story. Okay. Lulu Moppet says, "I just struggle to envision Sonic in a relationship." Yeah, I notice a lot of people talk about that. They're like, should Sonic even be in a relationship in the first place? He doesn't seem like that type of character who want to be in a relationship. And I can understand that. Like, me personally, as much as I do like Sonic and Amy together, I wouldn't mind if we don't really have a relationship between the two of them, Like, I feel like Sonic is this type of character who's like, I want to be on my own and stuff like that. So that's how I envision Sonic's character personally. Lulu Moppet says, "What animation studio from any time period would you like to see work with Sonic regardless of how likely it is?" It can be for a hypothetical movie, TV show, short, cutscene, anything. I'm trying to think of some animation studios that could do it. I would have said DreamWorks Animation or Disney a long time ago, but now that Paramount got the movie rights, I don't see them doing anything with Sonic for a while. But I guess if I were to go with the animation company, I would like to see what Disney could do with Sonic. Like, Disney's pretty good when it comes to their animation films or their animation the animated content. So I like to see what they could do with a Sonic TV series or what they could do with a small Sonic movie. So I definitely would like to see what Disney can do with Sonic. Lulu Moppet says, mine are Cartoon Saloon, Leica Studios, Studio Trigger, Flesher Studios, and Armin Animations. That's interesting. I definitely am interested in Studio Trigger though. Like, they did some pretty interesting animations. Like, I think they recently did the B&A cartoon series or anime series. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of style they could do. I also would like to see Studio Gainax take a shot at the Sonic series. Like, they're well known for doing stuff like Fooly Cooly and stuff like that. With the crazy animation. And I like to see what Sonic the Hedgehog would look like with crazy animation. So that's something really interesting to look at. Lulu Moppet says, what's a genre of music that you would like to explore in a Sonic soundtrack for a future game? Go wild. Choose one that hasn't been done before if you can think of one. Personally, I would like to see if Sonic could do more techno music. I felt like because the franchise deals a lot with machines and stuff like that, maybe they could have more techno music that fits well with the machine aspect of the series. So I like to see more techno music being done with Sonic. Lulu Moppet said, I would be down for some big bands, jazz, ragtime, and electro swing music. Oh, that sounds interesting. Kind of like Cuphead or something like that. Lulu Moppet said, if you had to come up with a new Sonic-themed G Fuel flavor, what would it be? Also, did you try any of the flavors, especially the chili dog one? No, I never tried any of the Sonic G Fuel drinks before. I didn't even know they had them until some people were mentioning them. And I didn't even know they had a chili dog flavor drink. I don't know if I like that. That just sounds weird to have a chili dog flavor drink at all. But if I were to pick a flavor that I like to see done, it would be strawberry. I love strawberry. So I would like to see them do a strawberry flavor Sonic G Fuel drink. Lulu Moppet says, ooh, what if the techno music was in sync with machinery moving in the level? Oh, that would be cool. Like, you have like the gears going or something like that. So, or the machine gears kind of moving with the music. That sounds pretty cool. Lulu Moppet ask, what character would you most like to see appear in Sonic Prime despite how likely it is? Let's see. I like to see Tango Whisper come in Sonic Prime if they could. Like if Sega's willing to let Tango Whisper get into Sonic Prime, that'd be really interesting. Like you could say that Sonic goes into this different universe where he goes to the IDW universe and he sees Tango Whisper there. So that'd be pretty interesting if they get Tango Whisper to come in Sonic Prime, and it would be the first TV show appearance in a while. Lulu Moppet said it was an April Fool's flavor with a Sonic meme on it. Oh, okay. Interesting. Lulu Moppet says the social media team drank it in a love stream and it was so funny. Oh, that's cool. I wonder how that turned out. Having a chili dog flavored drink. Okay, guys. We're getting closer to an hour now, so if you got one more set of questions, we're almost about to wrap this up. So, if you have any more last minute questions about Sonic the Hedgehog, please ask them down below. Lulu Moppet says Rayman Legends has some levels where your movements kind of sync to the music. It would be cool if they do that with Sonic. I might be thinking of the wrong game, but it was a Rayman game. Oh, okay. I haven't played any of the Rayman games, but that sounds pretty cool where you have the Rayman characters actually move to the beat of the music. I would love to see that happen in the Sonic game as well. Oh, hey, Sir Jake. I'm glad to have you here. Sir Jake asked, have you ever seen a 1979 anime TV special called The New Adventures of Ichabod Crane? I haven't seen that, but this is like a Sonic the Hedgehog Q&A right now, so I might do another Q&A that has nothing to do with Sonic the Hedgehog in the near future, but if you have any questions dealing with Sonic the Hedgehog, you can ask them here, because that's what this live chat is all about. Lulu Mappa says the drink started foaming, and someone in the chat joked that the bun was foamy. Oh, that's cool. I like to see that. Lulu Mappa says, good time. I'm almost out of questions. Okay. Yeah, we're reaching the hour limit. So, if you have any more questions dealing with Sonic the Hedgehog, please ask him down below. If not, I'm about to wrap this up. But Lulu Mappa said, may I ask one last question? Yes, sure you can. One last question for Sonic the Hedgehog. If you got any, please let me know in the comments down below. Sir Jake says that's alright. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I meant to tell you guys that are just jumping in that this live chat is all about Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you have any questions about Sonic the Hedgehog, please feel free to ask them in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to get around to them. So we're waiting for some more questions. And Lulu Mobbit asked, what genre would you like to see a spin-off game? Genre. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one. Like I mentioned before, maybe a fairy tale style game for Sonic the Hedgehog. I'd just like to see what Sonic would be like if he was a prince or something like that. That'd be really interesting to tackle. And I do wonder if they would be like, okay, we're gonna make fun of the Disney stuff with the fairy tales and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool to see. Lula Moppet says a Sonic themed rhythm or dance game would be interesting. Oh, I'd love to see that. Like, Sonic the Hedgehog is well known for having a lot of fantastic music, so having a Sonic the Hedgehog spin-off game that's about music and dancing to it would be really interesting. And I'm actually surprised they've never done that. Like, a lot of people know about the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise and how they're the best when it comes to music, so yeah. Lulu Moppa says, thank you for your time. I appreciate your answer so much. Thank you. And I really enjoy all these questions. I'm glad that you guys came to this chat and asked me questions about Sonic the Hedgehog. I really enjoy these questions. Sir Jake asked, I have one. Who's the best egghead? Robotnik version was entertaining. The best egghead? I do like Eggman from the Sonic Adventure games. But I do like the Robotnik from Saturday AM. I thought he was a pretty good Robotnik. So, and the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog's version of Robotnik was really interesting too. So I like those characters. Okay, so we're up at an hour, you guys. So I'm gonna wrap things up. But before I wrap everything up, I would like to let you guys know that please feel free to subscribe to this channel. This channel has hit over 500 subscribers in the past year or so, and I'm really happy about that. My goal for this channel is to reach over 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys can help out with helping this channel reach up to 1,000 subscribers, I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content from this channel, please feel free to tune in every Sunday and Monday for new content from this channel. I do reviews on movies, TV shows, and video games, and I have a new series called the Reviews 2.0 series, where I do in-depth reviews of video games, movies, and TV shows I've watched and played over the years. And also check me out on Twitter and on Facebook and on DeviantArt and those, so I can tell you guys what new videos I have posted up. And also up for this live show and ask me questions about Sonic the Hedgehog. So thank you so much for coming to this week's live show. I really enjoy it. So that's it for the Sonic the Hedgehog live show. And again, be sure to subscribe to my channel.